Regular board meeting of November 9, 2020. The chair recognizes Richard Morton. Go ahead, Mr. Morton.
Thank you, Mayor Grasso. I'm here today because I'm rather distressed about activities that took place November 9th, the last meeting of the Mayor and Trustees of Burr Ridge. I addressed Trustee Mottl about a recording that I believe was and is subject to Open Meeting Act and should be accessible via FOIA or other means. And instead of getting a reasonable answer to my question, what I got was Mottl at his disgusting best. As referenced in the minutes from the 11/9/2020 meeting, it is written that Mottl said, and I quote, he hoped Mr. Morton's pants were on and that he may be, and I just can't make myself say this publicly, but it was a disgusting act. I find it appalling, offensive, juvenile, immature, and outrageous behavior for a trustee, and totally inappropriate speech in public. That speech is damaging to my reputation. They were reckless, yet Mottl made those comments without basis or foundation. Now I must explain what they mean to my family, including the children, grandchildren, and neighbors. Perhaps karma will look unfavorably on Mottl and will bestow the same pain and embarrassment on him, and then he can explain the meaning to his children. I'm not alone in Mottl's attacks. Mottl has called another resident an F-blank animal. Mottl has called the village attorney a joke. Mottl has called other trustees and the mayor a mobster, a gangster, denigrating their ethnicity and proud heritage. Mottl has disparaged a trustee for his age and telling him to quit. Mottl even blamed women in their drinking for their elevated breast cancer during the fight for clean air against Sterigenics. There would seem to be no conclusion other than Mottl is misogynistic. Mottl must take the honorable path and resign. Absent that action, the people of Burr Ridge should join me and, metaphorically speaking, run Mottl out of town. There is room in Burr Ridge for all kinds of people, all races, cultures, ethnicities, gender, and free to practice the religion of their choice, but there should be no room for Mottl and his behavior. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor and trustees.
Mr. Morton, as the mayor of this village, I'm disgusted. This is a new low, even for Trustee Mottl. You termed it disgusting best. This is absolutely disgusting worse. As the mayor of this village, I offer you an apology on behalf of all the people that reside in this village for this despicable conduct and the fact that he has not apologized nor even shown up for tonight's meeting. I don't know where those that support him are, but they need to step forward and demand that he step down. He is damaging on a constant basis the very image of Burr Ridge, the very reason that we live here, the very quality of life that we have here in Burr Ridge. The man has no honor, and I am absolutely appalled by this comment and the fact that this has to be in our board minutes forever. I sincerely apologize to you, Mr. Morton. You are a great citizen of this village. You are a home owner and a homeowner association president. You have participated in this village to the best that you can and always giving your best. You are what's good about the village of Burr Ridge, and to be defamed and demeaned by a person like this is just unspeakable, especially someone who holds elected office. I cannot take any more umbrage than I already have tonight. And I wish there was more that this board and I could do for you and this village, Mr. Morton. And hopefully this saga will soon end with the next election. So again, and for the third time, I apologize on behalf of Burr Ridge, but thank you for speaking up tonight.
Mayor, I appreciate that. It's not your position to have to apologize, but I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, can I get a motion to approve these rather dubious minutes with this content in it, but it must be made of a public record? Can I get a motion to approve the regular board meeting minutes of November 9, 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any other public comment on this matter?
This is Trustee Franzese. I have a comment.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morton, I'm sorry that this happened to you, that this defamation of your character and your good spirit happened under my watch as Mayor Pro Tem leading the meeting. I did my best to contain Mr. Mottl, to make sure he didn't have these outbursts, to contain his antics and theatrics and his less than professional and less than honorable behavior. I tried my best, and I'm sorry this happened to you, Mr. Mottl, Mr. Morton, under my watch. I apologize for that. Thank you.
No worries, Trustee Franzese. I'm grateful for your leadership.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, this is Trustee Schiappa. I'd like to make a comment as well.
Sure.
Mr. Morton, I'm apologizing as well. I too was disgusted hearing it, witnessing it, and then reading it again. Someone of your stature in this village who's contributed so much time and energy to making this village what it is. And we've agreed a lot, we haven't agreed as well. But none of us up there, with the exception of Mr. Mottl, has degraded you. And this is the typical Mottl tactic. If you don't agree with Mr. Mottl, he starts calling you names. And this is not how we work. We look for different opinions and thoughts, and we work together to come to a conclusion, but not calling each other names, and especially not volunteers like Mr. Morton, that is giving so much of himself to the village. Thank you.
Mayor, I'd also like to make a comment.
Sure.
Mr. Morton, I also apologize for Zach Mottl's behavior. I think it's abhorrible. He should not behave like that. And I've had the pleasure of working with you, and I hold you in the highest esteem. I think you take the time to learn about what's happening in the village. You give very good input, and we really look upon your support. So it is very upsetting that Mr. Mottl just let us, a demeaning comment like that out, whereas you did not deserve it at all. But that is his nature, and that's what he's done over the past 2 years. He's just insulted everyone, and he just feels that he can get away with it. And the fact that he does get away with it is what encourages even more, but hopefully that will change soon. But once again, I apologize for this incident. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Trustee Schiappa and Mottl, for those kind words.
May I make a comment, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Trustee Snyder.
Mr. Morton, I can't thank you enough for your tireless hours and the time that you go through when you come to the meetings, whether it's from virtual or in person, understanding everything that's going on and having the time and your expertise to be really prepared, which means you got to really make the effort like we do. And I really appreciate that from any resident. And that being said, is I am sickened and I am apologetic. I can't even apologize anymore because my fellow trustees and mayors feel the same way. It's an act that goes far above and beyond the call of just ridiculous and out of control. So, well, I really appreciate your time and your effortness in helping us, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Snyder. I just do what every citizen should do.
Above and beyond the call of duty.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, yes, Al?
like the mayor and the other trustees, I too want to express my apologies for the oncoming behavior of Trustee Mottl. It seems he has no idea on how to behave as a person dealing with a responsible other resident. And again, like the mayor and the other trustees, I offer my apologies also.
Thank you, Trustee Pavesa.
Okay, with that, let's have a roll call, please.
Trustee Snyder,
Yes.
Trustee Pavesa,
Yes.
Trustee Schiappa,
Yes.
Trustee Mottl,
Yes.
Trustee Francis,
Yes.
5-0.
Motion passes.